Have you ever wondered how the lives of those who followed Jesus so devoutly ended? The fate of Jesus' 12 apostles is one of the most moving and dramatic accounts in Christianity. These men, personally chosen by Jesus, faced unimaginable adversities while spreading his message of love and redemption. Their journeys, filled with faith and sacrifice, culminated in tragic and heroic ends. Let's explore the final chapters of these extraordinary lives, highlighting how each apostle faced their own Calvary in the name of faith. Peter, also known as Simon, was a simple fisherman before being called by Jesus. His journey of faith began on the shores of the Sea of Galilee and quickly transformed into an undisputed leadership among the apostles. After Jesus' ascension, Peter became the pillar of the early church, preaching fervently in Jerusalem and other parts of the world. His courage and determination were tested to the utmost when he was arrested and brought to trial in Rome. Christian tradition tells that Peter was condemned to crucifixion, punishment reserved for the most infamous criminals. However, in a profound act of humility, he requested to be crucified upside down, as he did not consider himself worthy to die in the same manner as Jesus. This extreme act of sacrifice not only solidified his faith, but also inspired countless Christians to follow in his footsteps. Even in the face of imminent death, Peter did not waver in his mission. He continued to preach and convert people until his last breath, demonstrating unwavering faith and fierce determination. His legacy endures to this day, and he is revered as the first pope of the Catholic Church. A symbol of leadership and devotion transcends centuries. Peter left a lasting impact on the Christian church. His life of service and sacrifice, culminating in his heroic death, continues to inspire millions of believers worldwide. He is remembered not only for his actions, but also for his profound faith and courage in the face of adversity. John, the brother of James the Greater, was known as the beloved disciple due to his closeness to Jesus. He was present at crucial moments, such as the Last Supper and the crucifixion, where Jesus entrusted the care of his mother, Mary, to John. After Jesus' ascension, John dedicated his life to preaching and writing, being credited as the author of the Gospel of John, the Epistles, and Revelation. John's life was not without difficulty. He faced persecutions and was exiled to the island of Patmos, where he wrote Revelation, one of the most enigmatic and influential works of the Bible. Despite the adversities, John maintained his faith and continued to spread Jesus' message. John is one of the few apostles who died of natural causes. He lived to an old age, reaching 90 years in Ephesus. His longevity allowed him to witness the growth of the Christian church and influence generations of believers. Tradition tells that even in his old age, he continued to teach about Jesus' love, a central message in his writing. John's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy endured. His works, especially the Gospel and Revelation, continue to be studied and revered by Christians around the world. His life of service, perseverance, and unwavering faith serves as a powerful example for all followers of Christ. James the Greater, brother of John, was one of the first apostles to be called by Jesus. He was present at crucial moments such as the Transfiguration and the agony in the Garden of Gethsemane. James the Greater was known for his zeal and dedication, which earned him a prominent place among the apostles. After Jesus' ascension, James the Greater preached the gospel fervently in Jerusalem and the surrounding regions. His mission, however, was tragically cut short when King Herod Agrippa I, seeking to please the Jewish leaders, ordered his execution. James was arrested and beheaded around 44 AD, becoming the first apostle to be martyred. James the Greater's death had a profound impact on the early Christian community. His martyrdom not only demonstrated the seriousness of the threats faced by Jesus' followers, but also inspired others to maintain their faith, even in the face of persecution. James the Greater's courage and conviction became an example to be followed by all Christians. His legacy endures to this day, especially in the city of Santiago de Compostela, Spain, where his remains are believed to be buried. This site has become one of the most important pilgrimage destinations in Christianity, attracting millions of believers who seek to honor James the Greater's sacrifice and strengthen their own faith. Andrew, brother of Peter, was one of the first disciples of Jesus and played a crucial role in introducing other apostles to him. Andrew was known for his ability to connect people and bring Jesus' message to new followers. He traveled extensively, preaching the gospel in various regions. After Jesus' ascension, Andrew preached in Asia Minor, Greece, and other areas around the Black Sea. His mission was marked by constant challenges, but he remained steadfast in his faith. Tradition holds that Andrew was martyred in the city of Patras, Greece, where he was crucified on an X-shaped cross, which became known as St. Andrew's Cross. During his crucifixion, Andrew continued to preach to those watching, demonstrating unwavering faith until his last breath. His death was a powerful testimony to his commitment to Jesus' mission and his willingness to sacrifice everything for the sake of faith. His courage inspired many to follow in his footsteps and persevere in the face of adversity. Andrew's legacy is remembered with great reverence in many Christian traditions. He is seen as a model of evangelism and sacrifice, someone willing to go to the ends of the earth to share the good news. St. Andrew's Cross has become a lasting symbol of his faith and dedication, reminding everyone of the cost of discipleship. Philip was one of the first to follow Jesus and played a vital role in spreading Christianity in the early decades after the Ascension. He is remembered for his question during the Last Supper, which led Jesus to deliver one of his deepest discourses about his unity with the Father. After the Ascension, Philip became a tireless missionary, traveling to distant regions to preach the gospel. Philip concentrated his missionary efforts mainly in Phrygia, a region in modern-day Turkey. He faced strong opposition from local leaders and was eventually arrested for his missionary activities. Philip was martyred in Hierapolis, where he was bound and crucified upside down. His death was an act of extreme sacrifice, demonstrating his total dedication to Christ's cause. Even amid persecution, Philip remained resolute in his mission, continued to preach Jesus' message until the last moment, inspiring others to maintain their faith despite adversity. His martyrdom was a powerful testimony to the strength of the Christian faith and the apostles' willingness to sacrifice their lives for the truth of the gospel. Philip's legacy continues to be honored in church history. He is remembered as a brave and dedicated missionary whose life and death exemplify unwavering commitment to the Christian faith. His story inspires Christians to follow the example of faithfulness and sacrifice, taking Jesus' message to all corners of the world. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, is remembered for his sincerity and integrity. When Jesus called him, he said, "Here is a true Israelite, in whom there is no deceit." Bartholomew stood out for his honesty and purity of heart. After Jesus' ascension, he became a tireless missionary, taking the gospel to various regions, including India and Armenia. In his missionary travels, Bartholomew faced enormous challenges, including resistance from local authorities and persecution. In Armenia, he managed to convert King Polybius to Christianity, which angered the pagan priests. In retaliation, Bartholomew was captured and subjected to one of the most brutal martyrdoms. He was flayed alive and then beheaded. Despite his terrible end, Bartholomew maintained his faith until the last moment. His courage in the face of extreme torture became a symbol of resistance and unwavering faith. His martyrdom inspired many to follow the Christian faith, despite the dangers and persecution. Bartholomew's legacy is commemorated in various Christian traditions. He is often depicted holding his own skin, symbolizing his martyrdom. His dedication and sacrifice continue to inspire Christians to live with integrity and persevere in faith, even in the face of the most extreme adversity. Matthew, also known as Levi, was a tax collector before being called by Jesus. He was sitting at the tax booth when Jesus invited him to follow, and Matthew promptly left everything behind. This transformation from a public sinner to one of the most dedicated apostles is a testament to Jesus' redeeming power. After Jesus' ascension, Matthew dedicated his life to preaching the gospel, especially among the Jews. He is credited as the author of the Gospel of Matthew, which provides a detailed account of Jesus' life, teachings, and works. Tradition suggests that Matthew preached in Persia and Ethiopia, where he faced resistance and constant persecutions. Matthew met his end as a martyr, being killed by a sword while celebrating the Eucharist. His sacrifice is a powerful testament to his faith and dedication to Jesus' mission. Even in the face of death, Matthew remained steadfast in his commitment to spreading the gospel. Matthew's legacy is vast, especially through his gospel, which continues to be a crucial source of teaching and inspiration for Christians. His life and death exemplify transformation and redemption, showing that regardless of our past, we can find purpose and salvation in Christ. Thomas, often remembered as the doubter due to his initial reluctance to believe in Jesus' resurrection without tangible proof, had one of the most remarkable journeys of faith among the apostles. After witnessing Jesus' resurrection, Thomas became a fervent and dedicated missionary. Thomas traveled to distant regions, including India, where he established several Christian communities. His mission was marked by constant challenges, including resistance from local authorities and established religions. Thomas continued to preach tirelessly, converting many to Christianity through his personal testimony and miracles attributed to him. Thomas's end came in Mylapore, India, where he was martyred by being pierced with a spear. His death was a testament to his unwavering faith and dedication to Jesus' mission. Thomas's courage in the face of persecution inspired many to persevere in faith, even in the face of great adversity. Thomas's legacy is especially strong in India, where he is revered as the founder of Christianity in the country. His communities still exist, and his story continues to inspire Christians worldwide. Follow the example of doubt transformed into fervent faith. James the Less, son of Alphaeus, is often identified as the leader of the Jerusalem church. He played a crucial role in the Council of Jerusalem, helping to define the principles of nascent Christianity. James was known for his wisdom and leadership, qualities that made him a central figure among the early Christians. James led the Jerusalem church during a period of intense persecution and internal conflict. He was a fervent advocate for the union between Jewish and Gentile Christians, working tirelessly to maintain peace and unity in the Christian community. His leadership was fundamental to the consolidation of Christianity in the early years after Jesus' ascension. James the Less met his tragic end in Jerusalem, where he was martyred by religious leaders who opposed his preaching. He was thrown from the pinnacle of the temple and then stoned to death. His death was a profound blow to the Christian community, but also served as a powerful testimony of faith and courage. James the Less's legacy is remembered with great reverence in church history. His leadership, wisdom, and sacrifice continue to inspire Christians worldwide. He is seen as an example of unwavering faith and dedication to Christ's cause, reminding us of the importance of standing firm in our faith, even in the face of adversity. Thaddeus, also known as Jude Thaddeus, is one of the lesser-known apostles, but played a vital role in spreading Christianity. He is often confused with Judas Iscariot, the traitor, but Thaddeus was a loyal and dedicated follower of Jesus. Little is known about his life before following Jesus, but his commitment to the apostolic mission is undeniable. After Jesus' ascension, Thaddeus preached the gospel in Mesopotamia and Syria, regions known for their cultural and religious diversity. He faced many challenges and resistances, but his dedication never wavered. Thaddeus is credited with converting many people to Christianity, establishing strong foundations for faith in the regions where he preached. Thaddeus was martyred in the region of Lebanon, where he was pierced with spears for his faith. His death was a powerful testament to his devotion to Jesus and the Christian mission. Though his name is not as well known as other apostles, the impact of his missionary work was significant and lasting. Thaddeus' legacy is celebrated in various Christian traditions, where he is venerated as a saint, a powerful intercessor. His life and death exemplify the spirit of sacrifice and dedication that characterized Jesus' apostles. Thaddeus reminds us that even those whose names may be forgotten can still make a profound difference in spreading the Christian faith. Simon, called the Zealot for his association with the Jewish revolutionary movement, was a fervent defender of the Christian faith. Before following Jesus, Simon was part of a group known for their violent opposition to Roman rule. However, upon meeting Jesus, his life was transformed, and he became a fervent preacher of the gospel. After Jesus' ascension, Simon traveled extensively to preach the Christian message. He is known to have taken the gospel to places such as Africa and Britain. In each location, he faced persecutions and challenges, but his faith and dedication never wavered. Simon is an example of how Jesus' love can transform even the most fervent hearts. Simon's end was as tragic as his fellow apostles. He was martyred in Persia, where he was sawn in half for his faith. This brutal act of martyrdom serves as a testimony to the fierce opposition faced by the early Christians and Simon's indomitable courage in maintaining his faith until the last moment. Simon the Zealot's legacy is remembered for his passion and dedication to the gospel. He teaches us that zeal for God's kingdom can transform lives, and that true faith can overcome any adversity. Simon's courage and determination continue to inspire Christians to follow Jesus with unwavering devotion. Judas Iscariot is a tragic and controversial figure among the apostles. He is best known for his betrayal of Jesus, handing him over to religious leaders for 30 pieces of silver. This betrayal, which occurred on the night of the Last Supper, led to Jesus' arrest and crucifixion, marking Judas as one of history's greatest traitors. Judas's betrayal was not only an act of disloyalty, but also of profound remorse. After realizing the gravity of his act, Judas was consumed with regret. He tried to return the silver pieces to the religious leaders, but was rejected. Desperate and unable to cope with his guilt, Judas took his own life, ending his journey in a tragic manner. Judas Iscariot's legacy is a grim reminder of the devastating consequences of betrayal and loss of faith. His story serves as a powerful warning about the importance of loyalty and integrity. Though Judas was one of the 12 chosen by Jesus, his failure shows that even those closest to the Master can fall into temptation. Despite his betrayal, Judas's story is also a testament to the mercy and forgiveness that Jesus offers. His life and death remind us of the need for constant vigilance against temptation and the importance of seeking redemption and forgiveness. Even after the worst mistakes, the apostles, despite facing persecutions and martyrdoms, left a lasting legacy. Their lives and deaths inspired generations of Christians to follow in their footsteps of faith and sacrifice. The Christian Church, built on the foundation of the apostles, continues to grow and thrive, spreading Jesus' message to all corners of the world. The impact of their testimonies is evident in the global expansion of Christianity. Each apostle, with their different personalities and missions, uniquely contributed to spreading the gospel. Their stories of courage, faith, and sacrifice are powerful narratives that continue to inspire and motivate Christians today. The martyrdom many faced is a testimony to the cost they were willing to pay for their faith and Jesus' message. The apostles' work did not end with their deaths. Their writings, teachings, and the church's structure they helped establish continue to guide Christians worldwide. They laid the foundations upon which the church was built, and their legacy is visible in the vitality and resilience of the Christian faith through the centuries. Today, we remember and honor the apostles not only for their historical contributions, but for the example of life they left. Their lives are a testament to the possibility of transformation and redemption through Jesus Christ. They remind us to live with courage, faith, and dedication, following their footsteps on the path of discipleship. The story of Jesus' 12 apostles is a powerful testament to faith, sacrifice, and dedication. Each faced immense challenges, and many met tragic ends. But their lives and deaths continue to inspire millions of Christians worldwide. Their example reminds us of the importance of living with faith and courage, regardless of circumstance. In remembering the apostles, we honor their legacy and reinforce our commitment to Jesus' teaching. The apostles taught us that true faith is not free of challenges, but is strengthened through them. Their stories of martyrdom and sacrifice remind us of the cost of discipleship and the need for perseverance. They show us that, through faith in Jesus, we can face any adversity and continue to spread the gospel's message. As we reflect on their lives, we are called to examine our faith and commitment. We are inspired to live with the same dedication and courage, knowing that, like the apostles, we have a role to play in spreading Jesus' love and hope. Their legacies encourage us to be faithful witnesses and bring Jesus' message to all corners of the world. Finally, in honoring the apostles, we also celebrate the continuation of their mission through us. Faith they spread remains alive and active in every Christian who follows their steps. May their stories inspire and motivate us all to live with faith, courage, and dedication following the example left by these extraordinary men.